Good morning. So there were quite a lot of questions in the Q&A. Let me just try and find them all, and then we will get started. So today, actually what was really nice was that some of them were questions for you guys, and some of them were questions about me, which was very, very pleasant. So first one, okay, Dishmal wants to know which chakras of yours are blocked. Okay. Now, using the Harley Spencer tarot deck today, which I'll put a link in the description down below if anyone hasn't checked out the Harley Spencer deck. It's a very good cut to the chase, no holds barred deck. And as you can see, they have no trouble jumping out. All right, so your two upright cards you've got the Four of Wands and you've got the Page of Wands. So I feel like in your very, like, your soul level, I feel like everything that you've got, you know who you are, and I think you're very much in control of that. I think that's a really, really good combination. But you have got Two of Swords in reverse, so I feel it's probably like your throat chakra. It's a bit more, but more than that, it's kind of that you're. It's like, for me, I'm not getting that it's indecisive because it's also come up with the Queen of Wands in reverse. I'm getting more that it's actually you're struggling to communicate your feelings, which is like to do with your throat chakra. So I hope that helps. Next question is for Pooja, when is it going to be better at work for me? Thanks in advance. I like a thanks in advance. So sorry, sometimes these cards, because they're a really good size, we all like it to be a good size. Sometimes a little bit too big for me, my hands to handle. Okay, ooh, when's it going to get better at work for you? So you've got the Hanged Man and you've got the Three of Swords. Now, Three of Swords is in reverse, so it's not total, angst. It is going to, I think things will get better, but it's going to be down to you to surrender to what's going on. And I think sometimes you can, being in the Hanged Man can sometimes feel quite peaceful. It's sometimes quite calm, because actually you're stuck and you're not able to move anywhere, but it's kind of out of your control almost. But if you're not surrendering to that and accepting that, it sounds to me like there's other people involved who are not looking out for you necessarily, and it's almost like you're wanting other people to look out for you. But actually, once you realize that you don't need these people to look out for you, you can accept where you are, and then things will start to improve. I hope that helps. Next question. Phone keeps locking. Chickar, I feel really stuck with M right now. Can you tell me what are our blockages? I can't. I hope Harley Spencer can. Now that card, oh God, Eight of Cups in reverse. So that card flew out, so I'm going to keep it as an overall. Now the Eight of Cups in reverse for me is very much about sticking where you are. Now I know you said you feel very stuck, but for me, if it was upright, I would suggest that it's time to kind of move on. That you're feeling stuck, and actually sometimes when you're stuck with someone, the only thing you can do is leave. However, you've also then got the Magician with the Queen of Wands in reverse. So she's back out again. Now, the Queen of Wands in reverse, for me, with this combination, is a little bit like you need to kind of take control of the situation. Because I feel that you're with M is not confident enough with where they're at to focus on everything, to give you what it is that you need. And unfortunately, you might have to take charge of that situation. Now, I don't think that, I'm not saying, go in and throw ultimatums around and stuff like that, but don't forget it's still Leo season for the next few days. So absolutely a time to stand up for yourself. And if things aren't moving, it's almost a case of saying, look, I'm not going anywhere. I'm invested in this, but I need you to step up and be invested as well, because I'm doing as much as I can. But it is going to be down to you to kind of keep it going. I hope that helps. Next one is Yashi Aurora, 31. Is my current boyfriend seeing our future together? Okay, let's see. So first off, I want to say that it's it's unusual that this deck takes so long to throw a card out. When it does, unfortunately, it's the Empress in reverse. Now, that for me is a symbol that I don't feel like your current partner is seeing a future together. I think it's kind of happy with how things are right now. But this for me in reverse, upright, I adore. This is one of the reasons I got this deck, because I adore this card. Sorry, it's so shiny. Let me try and get a better angle. It's like black pregnant Barbie. I love it. But I think this way up, it's all fantastic. It's creating. It's bringing new things into being. This way, it's not so much. So I think you can enjoy the situation you have, but I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think he sees a future. That doesn't mean it's not necessarily going to have a future. Okay, Divya Ray. Will I get communication from P? See what I mean? They fly. I think you will. 6 of Pentacles. I think that's a good positive sign. I think it might take a little while. I think you're looking at probably about a week, maybe 2 weeks. But the 6 of Pentacles to me is very much about offering things out, being confident, in yourself, in knowing what you've got to be able to offer out. So I think you will. Yeah, I'm going to say yes. Next question. Oh, okay. Scribble stories, just general love guidance. Beautiful. I love a nice general. Actually, I say I love a nice general. I actually really like specific questions. Okay. 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, that is not a good starter for a love reading. I feel that you're actually putting a little bit too much pressure on the be all and end all, the happy ever after, because your next card you got out is 6 of Wands. Let me hold it like that so you can see the full card. And this is the victory card. You've got this little ladybird in here, so there's lots of luck coming in. There's lots of things that you've got going on which aren't necessarily leading towards this 10 of Pentacles because it's in reverse. But actually, it's almost a case of like in your as above, so below. So in your head, I feel that you are very focused on the happy ever after, on the goal, on the dream, and I'm for that. Absolutely, eyes on the prize. However, you've got to remember what you have got and where you are successful, and what you have to offer to people. Never mind like worrying what other people have to offer for you. We can't rely on other people to offer us what we want. We have to rely on ourselves. Also, I just realised I didn't show you the box. How pretty is that? Love it. Zebra print. And also, if you're very lucky, you'll see mine are blue on the back, not black and white. Because Harley's lovely like that. And there's also extra cards, which hopefully we'll come to. Okay, next question. Dr. Lay. Okay. So your birthday is the 1st of September. Dr. Leiluja. I think that's how you say it. Any miracles coming related to my studies? Will I do well in my final year exam? Okay, first off, be confident and don't wait for miracles, because actually exams are all about you putting in the effort. But the first card out you got is a 3 of Wands. Now that card for me is all about having a sense of direction, but it's kind of from an ulterior motive in my head. I feel like this is very much like, you're kind of doing everything you can and something's holding you back, which is your exams, but it's backed up by the 2 of Wands in reverse. So I think for me, you've got to almost row back a little bit and take a step back. One, to see, what you do know and what you don't know and how far you've achieved things. But also there's a feeling here with this combination that it's like you can't move on until you've dealt with this, because this is almost like the progress card. It's moving, it's getting things going. This one is a bit more like, oh, which way am I going? What am I doing? And I think where you're obviously concerned about the exams, I think there's almost a little bit too much pressure. And don't get me wrong, we all want to pass exams because, that's why we do it. That's why we study and why we do what we need to do. But I think you need to ease up a little bit the pressure on yourself. Anyway, I hope that helps. Next question is from Divyanira. Will I make my relationship successful? That is a lovely question. Not will it be, not no, what can I do? Okay. So 4 Wands in reverse. That is, again, I think you're putting too much pressure on making the relationship successful. Because in the upright, this is a beautiful card. It's all about the family. It's all about, you know, connections, evens. But for it to come out reverse, I think you're actually almost blocking the success of your relationship by focusing too much on it. You then got that backed up with the Knight of Swords in reverse. Now, the Knight of Swords for me is a little bit like, and I say this is a Gemini air sign. So I am like a dog with a bone. If I have an idea, I'm going to keep going with it. If I see a potential, I'm going to keep going with it until it's literally smacking me in the face. Now, the Knight of Swords is very much that in the upright, but it's almost like you kind of, I feel like you're focusing so hard on trying to make the relationship work and trying to make it successful that you're kind of losing that momentum of being gung-ho about things and just getting involved and like finding a way through it. I just think that, let me get one more. Yeah, 7 of Wands in reverse. So I think you've got to be a bit more honest and stop trying, because for me this card in the upright is like telling things that aren't necessarily true. So you've got to be really honest about what's going on and that you want the relationship to be successful. And sometimes actually just being honest about something is the way forward, because, you know, it's all Brene Brown. It's being vulnerable. It's being honest and open. It gives other people the opportunity to say, cool, listen, I want this relationship to work as well. I'm really glad that you want to. Maybe that's what they need to hear. Anyway, I hope that helps. Done that one. Okay, Sonic 23. Should I walk away from him? Okay, that's a lot of cards. I'm taking the top and the bottom. So, we've got two cards. You've got the Knight of Wands in reverse with the Empress upright. I like the Empress upright. Now, there's two ways we can read this. One is you have tried every single thing you can to make it work. You have been putting in all the effort. You have been doing everything. You've been trying to get this off the ground, trying to make it a really good situation. But is now the time to cut your losses? Because actually, you know, the Knight of Wands in reverse is get the hell out of Dodge. Don't hang around, because if you're putting in all this effort and someone else isn't putting the effort in, time to go. Flip side to that is actually, if you stick around, do you end up getting that? So I'm going to get one more card out just to kind of clarify that, because, like I say, it goes both ways. Two of Pentacles. You are in a really confusing time right now, because that doesn't really clarify at all. Come on, Harley. I mean, this to me says that, you know, the fact there's no direct thing saying you should walk away, I don't think you should, because then, so you've got the Page of Wands. Now, the Page of Wands is all the communication in the world. So I think where you've got the wherewithal to be open and honest, and I think actually it's almost like you need to try and say, look, I'm really struggling with where we are right now. I need to know what's going on, because actually I want to make this work. But this is what I'm feeling right now is not helping me. What I'm feeling right now is you know, I'm trying all this hard work and you're not giving me anything. I'm trying to birth something here. I'm trying to create something amazing and you are not helping. And that's leaving me confused. I don't know where I'm coming or going. I don't know what's going on. If you're open and honest about that and you communicate, then you've got the Two of Cups. So I don't think you should walk away. I think you should give it a little bit more time, but I think you need to be a bit more open and honest about what your intentions and what your expectations are. Okay, next question is, Disha Sethi, will he try and contact me? I don't think so. Essentially, you've got the Page of Cups in reverse. And again, I adore this card from the Harley Spencer Tarot deck, because I just think that is super cute. Like the excitement she's got at getting the letter from her loved one who's probably off at war or whatever it is he's doing. I don't think you are going to have any contact, but I don't think it's a bad thing for you, because it's then with the Queen of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So my feeling is that the reason you're not hearing is because actually, one, your person isn't focused on this end goal. They're not concentrating on trying to get things moving, but it's also actually a case of I don't feel they think they deserve it, because that Queen of Cups is in reverse, and that for me is very much a case of you not feeling that you deserve the happiness that you want or that everyone else deserves. And it's a feeling of, it's a lack of self-worth, but also it's a really hard, like this combination is a very lonely combination, and that's why I think I don't expect that you're going to hear from them, because I think I just feel like they're not as invested in themselves, and if people aren't invested in themselves, then they definitely can't invest in other people. Anyway, I hope that helps. So Tanya Aurora 24, will I get love in my life in the way of a soulmate? Okay, so you got the Five of Wands. Okay, and the Death card. So the Five of Wands is it's a game playing card, I think. Like, this is literally like one of those old little games that you get in the 80s, like have a lovely time, just play with your game, just leaving other people like confused. There's also like the mask situation on here. There's confusion, there's question marks. There's a lady who is essentially torn between these two men. But also there's the Death card here is not like, it's literally like the skull. And that for me isn't a case of necessarily, hitting the big changes, accepting the big changes, letting things go in order to move on. It's a case of really taking things back down to the bare bones of not just what is in your head, because sometimes in your head it's almost a little bit too confused with that Five of Wands. There's too much indecision. And I think with this, it's about being a little bit clearer on just like, it's like decluttering your mind, decluttering your heart. Is there, like, I don't know if there's someone that you are holding on to from a past relationship, maybe. Because the thing is, sometimes we don't, and I say this with experience, sometimes we don't let go of the previous relationship, and that holds us back from finding something new. And then you've got, here she is. Here she is. Nine of Pentacles, Cryptic Kirsty Tarot. If anyone hasn't read or had a reading from Cryptic Kirsty Tarot, haven't checked her out, she's on YouTube, she's on Instagram, Cryptic Kirsty Tarot. Check her out. Do your You got to get you right, I think, before you can find a soulmate. And actually, what comes after that is the Magician, which is a gorgeous card. It's all about creating, it's all about manifesting, it's all about making things happen, but you've got to do your first. You've got to get yourself sorted. Then you've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. Now, this is one of the extra cards, and I love it because isn't the Knight of Wands constantly like this? I'll just leave it to read. I don't want to say it out loud because I'm polite. But I think we've all been in that situation where you feel that there's something really lovely going on, and actually the person's like, oh, hey, girl, hey. What was your name again? Now, this is in reverse, so it's good. But I think if you want the soulmate connection, if you want that good love life, it's down to you to really, really focus on whether you are holding on to something. Clear out everything else. You've got to clear it out, because actually, if we hold, like I say, we hold on to previous relationships, previous lifetimes, previous experiences, and that prevents us from moving forward. And again, you've got to move forward. You've got to do your own stuff, get in control of things, and then you will find that person that isn't the Knight of Wands. Okay, hope that helps. That was a nice one. I enjoyed that. Okay, Fatima's Crown. Inner child message. Lovely. Ace of Cups, Fatima's Crown. Absolutely lovely. Hi, Phantom Punk. So I'm actually I had questions come in from my Instagram, which must be a Gemini tarot with full stops in between each word. But if you've got a question, you want to put it in, I'll happily answer it. I'm going to be here for about another 7 minutes. So Fatima's Crown, Ace of Cups. I'm all for that. Now you have got another card out. Oh, Temperance. Beautiful, beautiful card. Now this for me from your inner child is, you know what? You need to remember what makes you happy, what helps you out. Like, you know, like when you're like, I think like when I was a child, I think I basically, you know, I mean, I still stand up for people. I still do what I think is right. But when you're a child, you almost don't know what's right. You just kind of go along with things, and you're very easily swayed. So I feel like the message here for you is reconnect with that feeling of doing what's right in your own sense of the word, because rather than, you know, the world imposing what's right and wrong on you, you know, as kids, you know what's right and wrong because you hide things. You know, like we've all seen kids drawing on the walls. Here's a funny story. A friend of mine's little girl clearly drew on the walls, and when her mum, who's my friend, asked her about it and was like, oh, you know, did you do that? The little girl was like, no, someone else came and did it. And the mum said, oh, well, I'm going to have to check that on the CCTV. And the girl went, oh, the thing is, the girl who did it looks exactly like me. Hilarious, busted. But I think with this, for me, it's a case of, you know what? Your message here is trust what you think is right rather than necessarily what society thinks is right. Okay, Phantom Punk 007, nice name, by the way. Reading on what lies ahead in the near future. Hi, I'm a Gemini male as well. Perfect. Okay, you got a whole heap out for what's coming up in your near future. So I'm going to have the top, I'm going to have the bottom, and then I'm going to take one more card off the deck. Yes. I love this. So you've got some real success coming to you. You've got that Six of Wands in other upright, which I love. Now, the Ladybird, as I say, it's a symbol of luck. It's a symbol of creation. I adore Ladybirds. And I think also they run really quick. I was really surprised the other day one landed on me. And when I went, you know, blew it off to go and get it off me. Oh, sorry, it buffered. Okay. So your first card out is a Six of Wands. So you've definitely got some success coming your way. Now, what I'm really enjoying about this is it's in the upright. So I think you're going to get, I don't know if you're waiting for communication from someone, maybe about a job, maybe about, you know, getting back together. Could be that you've got travel plans that you're working on. You've got that followed up by the Magician, which is adorable in the upright, because that's all about you getting what you want because you put in the hard work and you are making things happen for yourself. The reason I say you're putting in the hard work is because here she is again, Cryptic Kirsty Tarot. Check her out if you haven't already. Nine of Pentacles. Do your shh. You're doing it. You're absolutely doing it. And I'm really, really pleased about that. I think you've got some really good stuff. Like, you are going to have to put a bit of work in for sure. And I think, you know, maybe the Six of Wands, the communication is actually not communication that's coming in. Maybe it's that you actually need to send it out. I always feel it's coming in, but I think because it's next to the Magician, I think you've probably got to do something. I love that you wolf whistled. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Cryptic Kirsty Tarot on Instagram and on YouTube, she is incredible. Like, she's actually the tarot reader that I go to for tarot readings. So yeah, definitely have a little look at her. Okay, cool. Let's get back to the questions from Instagram. I've got about another 4 minutes before I have to do a reading. So let me get my phone back open. Anyway, thanks, Fatim's Crown. Sorry, I realised I didn't say thank you to you, but I hope that helps. Okay. Deeper Mecha. Feel move out of parents' house to be independent. Will this work in my favour? Oh, okay. Yeah, I always think it's tough to live in your parents' house. Very welcome, fan. See you again soon. Will you be able to move out of the house? Okay, so here we go. So your first card out you got is Seven of Cups in reverse. Now that for me is I feel like there's only really one option for you right now. And I feel like what you need to do is really focus on the clarity that you need. Like, if you want to move out of your house, yes, it is because you want to be independent. The reason I say that is because you've got the King of Cups next in the upright. Now, the King of Cups for me is 100% independent. You know, he's been through all that. Like, look at him, just stood on the beach, absolutely in his own power, in his element, having a wonderful, wonderful time. Now, you will get there, but you've got to be really single-minded, like full on eyes on the prize. The only problem is you've got the Two of Wands in reverse. So how you get there is completely up in the air right now. And that could be because you've got, you know, financial situations, logistical situations. There could be a lot in that. I'm just going to grab one more card out. Yeah, King of Pentacles. It is going to be in your best interest, 100%. You've got two kings there in the upright who are both both confident. You know, the King of Pentacles has all of the financials, and this is where I was just saying about, you know, the logistics, the financial situations. You have to get all your finances in order, like 100%. You need to make sure that if you move out, you've got all the backing ready to support you moving out. Because actually, if you don't have it, then you have to go back in. Yes, I am still taking questions. I'm working through questions from my Instagram, which if you haven't followed my Instagram, this must be a Gemini tarot with full stops in between each word. But if you want to pop a question in the box, then yeah, I've got a couple of minutes. I can do one for you as well. Brasilia 101, is that how you say it? I'm not sure. But yeah, pop your question in the box. Okay, I'm going to do one more from Instagram. Ria Manwani 26. Will you and Ankush meet soon? I don't think so. First off, you've got the Six of Cups in reverse, which, you know, is 100% like one of the lovely extra cards you get from the Harley Spencer tarot deck. Love it. So topical right now. The fact that that's in reverse, I feel like you're not likely to meet anytime soon. But actually, because you got that with the Three of Pentacles, it gives you an opportunity to find other people that you can meet with, other things that will make you happy, other things that will not necessarily satisfy you. Hi, Mika. But I think you've got a few options of other things that you might look into, because you won't be so focused on trying to reconnect with Ankush. Okay. Brasilia 101. What's coming next in my love life? I do like a good love life question. Mika, if you want to pop a question in the box, I'm going to be on for about another 2 minutes, and then I've got a reading booked in to do. Oh, perfect. You've got it. Okay. So I'll do your questions, and then that'll be it. And then, well, I might come back after my reading. I'm not sure yet. Okay. So what's coming next in my love life? Right, now you saw me shuffle those cards. Is what I'm going to say first off. Now, you've got that Two of Wands in reverse. So I feel like the confusion that you're feeling is, it's a case of not knowing how to progress in your life. But what I do like is it's come out with the King of Cups. So the King of Cups to me, and again, this could be that you've got a water sign coming in. But it also, I think, it's more a case of, until you can work out how to get to here, your love life isn't necessarily going to improve. Because the confusion is the King of Cups is what we all need to be. We all need to be confident in ourselves. We all need to be acknowledging our self-worth. We all need to know exactly what it is that we stand for and what we're willing to accept. And also not be shy with, like, you know, for me, the King of Cups has done his inner work. Like, he's got through his vulnerability issues. Like, you know, his boundaries are down when they need to be down. They're up when they need to be up. He's very confident and very ready for love and for sharing. You know, he's confident on his own. He's got his own stuff sorted out. He's not waiting for someone else to make him complete, is what I'm saying. He's complete on his own, having a lovely old time. But the confusion is how to get there, because you've got that Two of Wands in reverse. And that card for me, you know, is all about, in the upright, is about being packed up, ready to go, you know, all armored up, all suited and booted. So I think you've got some time coming. Like I say, it could be an Aquarius coming in. Lovely. But you've got the Empress as well. I just grabbed another card out just to kind of, you know, solidify it. So I think you've got someone coming in for you for sure. But you have to get to the point that you're the King of Cups beforehand. So whether that is, you know, looking at Brene Brown, I always recommend Brene Brown for everybody. You know, The Power of Vulnerability. There's a Netflix talk, The Call to Courage. You can literally look up Brene Brown vulnerability on YouTube, and there'll be loads of things. So anyway, I hope that helps. So Mika Collin, how does the Aries and his sister feel that I don't talk about my whereabouts? Oh God, okay. Oh, you're very welcome. Okay, these cards are literally barely even shuffled, but okay. Okay, use to date the Aries, right. So your first card out, you've got the Moon. Now the Moon for me is, again, gorgeous card, because it's all about seeing something that isn't quite there. Like you're imagining the Mona Lisa, but it's all that pixelated, very The Matrix, it's not really real. I think they are. I feel like they actually can't quite believe that you're hiding. And I don't know, I mean, the situation sounds as if you're hiding for a very good reason, or not hiding from them, but withholding where you are. Now, your next card you got out, I'm going to do this as a bit, oh God, okay. Just had a little sneak peek. I'm going to do this like a little bit of a story. So with them not knowing where you are, I think the awareness is very much that they can't quite believe that you guys are in the situation that you're in. It's throwing them through a little bit of a loop because you've got that Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Now, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse for me in this deck particularly is really not being able to appreciate what you have. And not being able to appreciate what you have throws people through such a loop of shame, of knowing that, you know, you should have played things, could have played things differently, that you could have worked harder, you could have done other things. It's a case of analysing where things went wrong. Now, your next card you've got off the deck is the Lovers card. Now, this is the original Lovers card from the Harley Spencer, which I adore, because for me, this is very much in the upright about the love being nothing to do with circumstance. It is a deep, from the soul love. So I think this Aries, and then I feel like they're right. What, as I was saying, what could they have done differently to get a different outcome? Could they have been more honest with their love? You've then got the second Lovers, which is one of the extra cards from the Harley Spencer Tarot deck, which is all about the fun times, not necessarily about the love. It's all about the excitement. But again, it's in reverse. So I feel that the conversation in their own head, the story they're telling themselves, is that actually they weren't overly open in their honest, real love. They also weren't really probably bringing the fun in as much as they could have done. Now, the next card out you've got is the Devil. Now, this is the original Devil that comes with the Harley Spencer. There is an extra card, which has me on it, if you don't mind. But this is, you know, it's a drag queen. And while I'm a big fan of Drag Race, it's deceptive. It's something that's going on that is masked off. It's showing, you know, you have what is it they say, you have three faces: the face you show the world, the face you show your loved ones, and the face you show yourself. Now I feel that your Aries was 100% showing you something that they are not, and that's, again, it's backed up by these two Lovers in reverse. So it definitely wasn't honest. You've also then got the Hierophant out, which is again reverse. So it's, you know, it's refusing to learn the lessons. It's refusing to step up, and, you know, like the Hierophant is kind of for me the equivalent of the High Priestess, where you know things, you see what's going on, you tune in, and this Aries isn't doing that. And not just because they're not capable of doing it, it's they don't want to. They're quite happy sitting in this energy of showing a face to the world, being who they think they should be, who they think they want to be, rather than who they are. And until they can realize that they need to learn those lessons, they can't possibly hope to progress. And then lastly, you've got the Eight of Swords. So I think you can be confident that they are going through the mill, in that they are, like, you know, this, I mean, this I adore. This is another one of the cards that prompted me to fall in love with this deck. You know, it's that broken bear, teddy bear, because it's, you know, maybe it's been loved too much. Like, I've got a teddy bear that I've had for years, and he's so battered, really, in the grand scheme of things. Bits of, you know, the fur's worn down, but I love him anyway. He's still, you know, still in my bedroom. But your person is very much in the dumps. They're stuck in their own head, reanalyzing what's going on. Happily Ever After, yeah, thank you. It's called the Harley Spencer Tarot deck. I'll put a link in the description box below once I've come off the live, because they're really lovely. And I've got a code you can use if you want to have a look at it, and if you end up buying it, you get a discount as well, which is great. But I think, Mika, yeah, just to go back to finish this one off, I think you have no doubt that they are stressed at the moment. They are stressed because, one, they can't believe what's happened, but also they're, you know, going through the emotions. And rightly so, because by the sounds of it, they haven't been going through their emotions and they haven't been accepting their emotions and working through them. So it's about time they did go through it all. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, folks. I will probably be back on once I've done my reading, because I've got quite a few more questions to go through. So yeah, if it's still about later on, I will see you then. If not, take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.